Hello, powerful one. Welcome to yet another edition of Inner Growth with Osezwa Elimihe. Today, we are discussing 10 powerful ways to overcome stress. And I am your host, Osezwa Anthony Elimihe. You know me, I am in the business of helping you grow from inside out. That is the drill. Yes, stress is a common thing we all know. We all undergo stress at one point or the other. But the bad part is that some of us have come to accept that stress is an integral part of their daily lives. Once you are stressed, once you are undergoing the pains, the traumas of stress, the first thing to do is to accept it. It is okay to be stressed. After all, it is a living human being that can experience stress, isn't it? So calm down, take a break, accept it. Right now, I am stressed. It is not the end of the world. I am stressed because I am alive. It is just okay. And the next thing is to move on to the next step. How do I get myself out of this? You understand one thing, that you went too far. You have taken the experiences in your environment too far. Now, one thing we must always remember is that when we are stressed, we have cut off from the natural flow of the human existence. It means we have strayed out of our centers. When we are in our centers, we don't get stressed because nothing overwhelms us. When we take on an identity that is other than ours, when we try to be like other people, when we take on the game of competition, then stress comes. So relax, take a deep breath, and return home. That's one. Now, the other way to combat stress is to understand one mistake we make always. We always consider that our mistakes are our lives. The fact that you have made a mistake doesn't mean that is who you are. This is it. I like people to understand this. That you are not a bad person. You are not a clumsy person. You are not a weak person. You are only experiencing the consequences of a bad decision, a weak decision, and a clumsy decision. Consequences, that's what we are going through. Consequences don't make our life, they don't make us. We have to understand that consequences are effects of our decisions. When you do something good, don't you praise yourself? Oh, I did a great job. That was my effort. The same way, when you do a bad job, the negative consequences come, and then you should also own up and say, okay, I did this. I did this. Move on with it. Move on from there. Your mistakes are not your life. You are not equal to your mistakes. Where you are equal to your mistakes because you made them, but they don't become you. The things you have created cannot be you. They are your brain works, yes, but move away from there and say, okay, I created them, I can decreate them. Because life is about create, and create. Start, continue, stop. You realize that, okay, now it is time to stop. You stop the mistake from being you and you move on to being you. You get it? The third one is funny, isn't it? Just laugh a little bit. Come on. Look at the mistakes you've made in the past and just laugh at yourself over them. People do not exercise their innate capacity to laugh at themselves. If you cannot laugh at yourself, if others do it, it kills you. It harms you. But you see, the capacity, the skills to laugh at ourselves is one of the skills of survival. In fact, beyond survival, one of the skills of thriving, of growing. Don't be too serious with life. Come on. It doesn't matter how bad the mistakes are. Life, remember, is about start, continue, and then stop. It is now time for you to exercise your right to stop. But if you make the mistakes your life, you can stop it, because stopping the mistakes become equal to stopping your life. This is one of the reasons many prayers don't get answered, because you want your problems to be taken away. Meanwhile, you have subconsciously admitted, accepted that the problem is equal to you. God is not about to take your life. Detach from your problem. Separate. Let it be clear that there is you, there is the problem, which is your creation. Understand that. Accepting that it is your creation is also accepting that you can stop it. Just learn to laugh. Laugh over it. The capacity to laugh at yourself is your power. It's your ability to transform your situation, to transmute the power of the stress into the power of your relief. You know, there is a character called Socrates. We all know about him, the Greek philosopher. Yeah, they said he was quite an ugly man. I read an article about him which stated that he was quite an ugly man, short with a big head and a big nose, really big nose. And it was said that whenever people laughed at him, made mockery of his looks, he was happiest. That he genuinely laughed with pleasure. That was a man who had made peace with himself and made peace with his looks. When you can laugh at your problems, when you can laugh at your mistakes, at your stupidity, it simply means that when other people laugh at them, they don't hurt you. If you will not hurt yourself, nobody can hurt you. Don't give anybody that license. That takes us to the fourth point. Refusing to learn. Life is a learning arena. It's for students. It's a school, one massive school. Don't lose out. Some people are so interested in acquiring that they have forgotten what it means to be alive. To be alive is to learn. Learn about yourself. The greatest knowledge you can have on this planet is self-knowledge. One of my mentors once said, the idea of trying to find God is a nullity. You can't find God. But you see, it is a human being that finds God. In other words, he says, become a true human being and you will find out that your next door neighbor is God. It's so fun, isn't it? Self-knowledge. Know who you are. And then that will give you a sense of self. Not just a sense of self, but a core sense of self. With that in place, nothing is impossible. You can achieve anything in life. You can control anything in life. And that sense of self will also tell you and show to you that all your errors, all the enemies you have lined up for killing are actually you, nobody else. So learn. Open up to learning. Take corrections. Open up. Learn, in fact, learn new things every day. Not just about yourself, but about everything. When you are open to learning, all forms of knowledge will come to you. Learn. We've come to the fifth point. Don't make your environment your life. By environment, talk about your situation, your circumstances. They are not your life. A lot of people do this. When they are in a certain state, they say, this is who I am now. Don't define yourself by your experiences. Your experiences exist as effects. There is a cause. The cause is you. The cause cannot become the effect. The creator cannot become the created. It is that distinction between you and your environment that gives you the power to change them. Your circumstances exist for you to change. Always know this fact. Your environment, your situation, your pains, your pleasures exist because you created them. And they can also cease to exist by you decreating them. It is the energy of your connectedness to them that keeps them alive. When you pull the plug of that energy, the problems will die. Separate yourself from your situation. I'm not saying you should deny your situation, welcome them, but the problem with the connectedness with our situation is this. We feel so intricately linked with our situation that transformation is difficult. Because transformation is us, not the problem. Therefore, we must go above the problem. That is the transformation. We go above the form. What is form? That which seems to exist. So, and if that form continues to exist, it means we are inhabiting the form. That's why it keeps existing. So we must pull away from it, detach from the situation, and then rise above it. We are not what we think we are. We are more powerful than we can ever imagine. You are not your problem. You are not your environment. You can transform your environment by removing the interpretations you've given it to exist.